Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Who's that guy?
Welcome to the Casual Nerds Podcast with your boys.
That's the new intro.
No. I got to figure all that shit out. I have an idea.
Pretty awesome how Dave's at notice. I just noticed Dave's at the front of the old album artwork.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because we have new album artwork.
Yep.
This week. Hopefully
We do. We just
it shows up.
Yeah, that gets cut out anyway, right?
Which part?
Oh, because you
Oh no, that's the intro.
post.
Yeah, that's the intro to the video.
No, I know, but we don't have to use that video.
No. I mean, what, you got a different video?
I don't have a different video.
Oh.
I don't even know if we're gonna stick with that song. That's what I
Oh,
was
but
saying.
you said you're gonna do something new tomorrow, so
Yeah, I don't even know. I was saying I don't know if I want to use
change the
same
song up on me too.
I mean, we could keep the song, but
I don't really care.
no, I know. I don't even know if we need that long of a song. I guess is what I was trying to say.
However you want to roll with it, bro. You're the producer.
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. Oh man.
We gotta change that.
Ooh. We never use it.
I know,
I
right?
mean, it's still the IG.
No, that's true. Yeah, I never use it. I don't know why.
I don't know
I
why.
don't know. Well, we never really tell anybody. Yo, go visit our IG.
Nah, socials. I always just say
The socials.
socials.
However you feel comfortable.
We the same. Insensitive Culture.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if we should change the socials, but I figure Casual Nerds. One, Casual Nerds is probably used by other folks. Two, Insensitive Culture, I kind of didn't want to lose that name because no one has had it.
Sure.
But that also adds to the fact as to why we're changing the name, because some kind of doesn't make any sense to some folks.
I mean, it doesn't match the genre.
Yeah.
But
I like it as the
I
umbrella.
like it as like the overarching.
Yep. The handles and everything.
umbrella production company.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like it. Whatever. Fuck.
That's the brand we've built for 5 years.
That's true. This is true.
On the backs of our forefathers.
On the backs of the Podfathers.
On the backs of the Podfathers.
I need a better chair.
Los Podfathers.
Oh my God. I need to take a full day just to clean and set this fucking place up. This is ridiculous over here.
You're doing a lot.
I know.
By the way, noticed, just double check to make sure I didn't miss. There was no questions sent to me in advance today, so I'm assuming they're all ones that
you
I can
missed what I
handle on
said.
the fly.
You missed what I said earlier completely then.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I said I don't have any questions.
Oh,
But Dave dropped one in the notes.
in the notes?
Yeah, in our IC notes that he still
Dave has access to the IC notes this whole time?
Yep. Nobody uses it but me.
I know. That's why I'm laughing. That Dave had a question Oh, look at that. Dave made edits. That's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, and I thought, because at some point I did ask Chatty G for like questions and shit, and I threw some in there, but I didn't really like them, so that's why I didn't go with it. And Danny gave me a question last time. But and so when that question popped up, I was like, did I write that? This sounds weird. Like I don't even know what this means. Because like
awesome.
I really don't. It says 1/3 of vaginas
Yeah, I'm reading it.
suddenly fill up with cement, and you're tasked to
on a children's show. How would you go about it?
like, it's such a weird question.
That is a very weird question. You were tasked. 1/3 of all vaginas are suddenly filled with concrete. It's your job as a teacher to talk about it on a television show for kids. So you got like a Miss Rachel show. You got to explain to kids why some kids have concrete in their pussy.
Yep.
Weird. Yeah. God, fucking Dave. Where did he get this bullshit from? How would you go about it?
Yeah, how would you go about it?
I don't know. We'll find out in a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm asking Chatty G right now to see what I can but these are like kind of generic. Like, what movie or TV show would you think everyone should watch at least once, and why? Like, very generic. Very generic.
Oh, yeah, no, you got to tell it to spice it up.
Yeah.
Spice it up, Chatty. Don't come with that bull tit. Let me see. I think my Chatty knows that I got the IC pod.
What celebrity do you think would be the worst? Yeah,
What did I walk into? I just got the end of concrete and something else. You about to find out, Leo. You about to find out.
Leo, we're thinking of some questions to ask on the show. Ask each other. Because we didn't come prepared, and Dave dropped the weirdest question in the...
Dave dropped the Dave question.
Yeah. So it's a very weird, very weird. What celebrity do you think would be the first to accidentally post it? What? Oh, Chatty G is not doing good. If you were a Hollywood villain, what would your evil plan be, and what ridiculous name would they give you?
Yeah, see, this bitch knows me. She even picked the...
That's probably why. It's because I've
been talking to her for so long. This is just so you know how Chatty talks to me now. This is like the vibe we got back. She's like, "Oh, okay, you want to turn up the heat a bit on the pod."
Nice.
If you're going for spicy but still keeping it fun and not cancel worthy, here are some good categories and questions you could throw at your co-host to stir things up.
Nice.
Chatty be tripping.
Chatty be tripping.
Let's see what they come up with. Spicy pop culture takes. Which celebrity is overrated and needs to chill? That's not that spicy. What artist would you cancel from the Spotify algorithm? What's a movie everyone loves that you think is... I feel like we did that already.
Yeah. Did I tell you about Violet's...
What's a petty reason you stop talking to someone?
Did I tell you why I'm now worried about Violet?
Because she was trying to kiss some boy under the table or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we did that last week.
Jeez. Still
hurts.
Still hurts.
Yeah. I mean, this is too little deep. Would you rather be caught in a lie or catch your best friend lying to you?
My best friends lie to me all the time. What the fuck are we
Spice
talking about?
this up more, man. Take it to the edge. He said, yeah, I'm at the grocery store. I was buying some IPAs and putting on that phone. Just caught the end of that conversation.
We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate that, Leo.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
That's a wild ass question. How do you dare you say some shit like that, ChatGPT? Which influencer would you fight in a Waffle House parking lot at 2 a.m.?
Which what?
Which influencer would you fight in a Waffle House parking lot?
I might be down for that. Might be down to throw fisticuffs with an influencer. Fuck.
Gloves off. Let's make it problematic adjacent without getting your podcast yanked off Spotify. I feel like it's like little anecdotes are funnier than the fucking questions.
Yeah.
What's something that's technically not cheating, but you'd be mad as hell if your girl did it? What's the most manipulative thing you've ever done in a relationship and would do it again?
What was the question?
What's the most manipulative thing you've ever done in a relationship and would 100% do it again?
Ugh. You down to get us in trouble?
Putting it to the
edge. You down to talk some shit?
Have you ever thought, damn, I'm the problem, but just kept doing the same thing anyway?
Yeah.
That's just funny. Screenshots and
I've 100% been the problem. I won't admit it to my ex's face.
Too late.
Too late. She doesn't watch the show. Shit to do with me. Actually, that's a good precursor while this shit is streaming and before we start. Fucking this chick is she's getting bold again. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if she's just bored, but like past couple days or like this past week, she's actually like been trying to actively get on my nerves and shit. It's like, why? Like, what the fuck is going on in your life that you gotta come fuck with me?
In what way?
So the first one was so I had her drop my daughter off, or I told her last weekend. It's like, hey, I'm gonna pick up Alani. I'm gonna pick her up because we're gonna watch Minecraft movie, and I want her to come. She's like, all right, cool. And then Saturday comes around. That's when we're going to do it. She hits me up. She's like, hey, what time are you picking up Alani? Because I have a 3-hour drive ahead of me. It's like, oh, right now I'm dropping my daughter off, or I'm taking her to gymnastics. Once I'm done with that, probably be about 12:30. 12:30, 1 o'clock ish. Well, where are you? Because, I could just drop her off. Cool. I send her the address. I'm on my way. So right there, she starts, because when she goes to drop her off, what the fuck? When she goes to drop her off, she texts me. She's like, we're here. And by the way, why don't you sign her up for extracurricular activities? Or does that just fall on me? And I just completely ignored her.
What?
She's like, we're here. And I'm like, just send her in. I completely just bypassed the question. Like, don't come to me with that shit. Cause like, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say I didn't even want to sign these kids up for this fucking activity because it just adds more shit to my fucking plate, like, and then on top of that, if I add her to an activity, I have to run it by you. I have to talk to you about it because it can't change anything in your fucking life.
Right.
Because it's going to be a fucking problem for me. And it's already hard enough to get these kids out the door to do any fucking activities that we signed them up for, let alone having to go into the city to pick her up and then do what we got to do.
Right.
So like, because you're not going to drop her off. Like, do I write all that out or do I just ignore it? So I just ignored it.
Yeah.
And then the very next day, yeah. So then the next day, she texts me. She's like, hey, drop her off early because she has to do. Yeah, well, because that was the first thing, and I ignored it. So then the next day, she goes, hey, drop her off early because she has to do homework. All right, what time do you want her dropped off? Early. Okay. All right, cool. Very so in my head, it's earlier than you normally would.
Yeah. So
we were just chilling, lounging, and just kind of relaxing on Sunday. Around 3:30ish, I'm telling her like, yo, change your clothes. We're going to have to take you to your mom's house, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And she just, does what any fucking 11-year-old does. Like, you got to tell her 1,000 times.
Sure.
And then it got to like 4:30ish, and I'm like, all right, you got to do these things. Like, turn that shit off. Let's go. Like, and then I get a text from her mom, like, so is 5 o'clock early to you? And I'm like, it's earlier than I would drop her off. So yeah, pretty early. You obviously don't know your daughter because it takes her a long time to do everything. I'm like, and she got my blood boiling with that one. And I'm just like, yo, next time I ask you what time you want her back, give me a time and I will make sure that she is there by that time. Well, you obviously don't know your daughter because she's gonna do this and this and then fight me for it, and that's not gonna give enough time. Again, the next time that I ask you what time do you want her back, give me a time and I will have her back. Oh, and then like she says something else, bro, and I'm just going off on her on text, like yo, are you dumb? Like, I didn't say that, but in more words than that, I'm just like, yo, like, dead ass, I don't care what you are telling me right now. If I ask you what time, tell me 12 o'clock. Tell me 1 p.m. And guess where she will be by 12 o'clock or 1 p.m. She will be at your house. But every time you say earlier, you leave it up to my discretion on what earlier means. Yeah. If that doesn't live up to whatever it is in your head, that has nothing to do with me, bro.
That's on you.
And I just kept responding with, just like speak, say words that make sense, and that's it. Like I'm not dealing with the shit. It's like you don't know me anymore. You and I have not had to deal with each other in over a decade, and I am not the same person that you think that I am. Like I no, we're not doing that. So,
oh man,
I know. It's a rough thing. It's like go back to not wanting to talk to me. Like that's like the ideal thing for me in this new relationship that we have.
right?
Tell me what's up with my daughter. Tell me when I can pick her up and drop her off. That's the extent of that. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing
Actually,
else.
tell me the actual time.
Yeah. And when you are expecting something specific, say exactly what the fuck you're expecting,
right?
Or what you would like, and then I can accommodate if it's within reason. But when you leave shit to just vague, if you're just vague, then you leave it up to my discretion, and my discretion is what works for me.
Right.
And what works for me is not going to work for you, apparently. So
don't be vague. Words matter.
No. I thought she was going to get even more aggressive, but as she noticed that I was being aggressive, she was like toning down her aggressiveness. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not.
Nah.
Like, you have a husband.
Fuck all of that.
Yeah, exactly. You have a husband now. He has to deal with that. I don't. I ain't got to do all that. That's not for me.
Facts. Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
Oh shit. Word.
No, I can't. All right, man. You just want to get this shit started.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, we ain't. I mean, do you want to answer Dave's question? I don't have any question.
Did you see those ones that I sent in? That I sent over?
You know what really grinds my gears? You
That's
America,
funny, Danny.
fuck you.
Did you see the ones I sent over? Or any of those?
Oh. I was going on my rant. My bad.
I know.
My
It's
bad.
It's all good. You know, old man screaming at the sky. It's pretty standard for the start of the show.
Ooh, I kind of like that first one. I like that first one. You get.
I think we did something like that second one.
Kind of,
before,
yeah.
similar.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, 5 minutes.
That last one is a little dangerous.
Oh man. I'm good with these. I like these questions. It's better than having to explain why 1/3 of the population has cement in their pussies.
I still don't understand.
I don't understand that either. But
why is it 1/3? Why not 1/2?
I know.
Like 1/3, 33.33333% of the population has concrete in their choach for some random reason. Now, do a Miss Rachel song about it.
You have AI help you with that. You're the song guy.
Yeah, right. I forgot. I don't even remember what those.
Why does my toto feel heavy? Why can't I just go pee?
That's hilarious.
Oh man. What Thanos motherfucker made a snap for that to happen?
Seriously.
Oh shit.
Choch Thanos.
Yeah.
Chochanos.
Chochanos. That sounds like That sounds like a choch anus combo. That sounds like chochano.
Chanchos anus.
Jesus Christ. All right, let me make sure these questions popped up. They fucking did not. My shit's been having issues syncing. Anyway.
Oh hell no, they tripping for that.
All right. I think I'm good. Thanos' chin is Chochano.
Chano. Love it.
Bro, I had a Dominican breakfast not too long ago, and I still think about it. I really want another one, but it's so fucking heavy.
Dominican breakfast? Yeah.
Yeah. D put me on when we went to your crib. That was the first time I ever had a Dominican breakfast.
Yeah, that shit is.
Oh, it's so fucking good. And then I overpaid for one here from Sobrinos via Grubhub. And it was still so good. But
it's not for the weak. That's shit's for going out to the campos.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
Start cutting some fucking caña or some shit.
Shit. That shit. Cutting logs in my bathroom with that shit. Clipping logs. Let's see. All right, fuck it. Let's just get going.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we can actually do this. A kid's song
about a kid's song explaining why 1/3 of the population has cement in their vaginas.
Hold on. Sounds
as sung in style by Miss Rachel.
You can't say Miss Rachel. You gotta say like kiss facial or something.
Kiss facial?
I don't know, something that rhymes with Miss Rachel.
Sure.
Well, I don't know anything that rhymes with Rachel though.
One of these totos is not like the other.
Let's see if I can actually fucking complete this. I have a feeling it's just gonna be like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, why would it want to? Unless it wants to dumb down its information. Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
Oh, what the fuck, Mephisto again? Diddly do, diddly do, diddly do do, diddly do do. Did you get it ready?
Create. Let's see if something couldn't generate that. Unable to generate lyrics from song description. A kid's song in the style of a kid's show host that sounds like Kiss Facial. That didn't work. All right. Let's just style of Miss Rachel. See if it accepts that.
Let's get this show on the road before I finish my beatbox.
Nah, it's not fucking doing it. All right.
11.1 alcohol by volume. That's pretty nice.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's what I got in this Cutwater.
Nice. I just
Lemon
need
drop martini.
I don't drink as much anymore. I don't really drink a lot. I think I'm down to literally just drinking on the pod. One drink.
Good for you. Save that liver. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to just use all the old shit for now. And I'll
Just do it. Just press it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Welcome to the Casual Nerds podcast. We are in episode 252. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end. You know what to do, baby.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
See, we got to switch that out. We're going to do that next week.
Whoops.
We still going through growing pains.
Error.
That wasn't an error. I still pressed it, but
No, I know.
we need to update all the things. Honestly, I appreciate everybody reaching out about the whole change of the podcast. A lot of people are actually very enthusiastic about the name change. Happy that we're dealing with mostly Hollywood conversations. Very positive. This past week, I've been trying to really stay on top of socials and making sure that we had covers and we had all this stuff ready. That I ain't get to do everything. You know what I mean? I ain't get to do all the little nuances, all the changes, but we're going to get there, baby. We're doing enough. People offered to help us out. Like it's been a good change for the podcast. But still 252 episodes, man. We've gone through quite a few changes. And I honestly, I'm enthusiastic to see what comes from all of this, because it feels like it's just the right move. But other than that, bro, I know you had a crazy day. Other than that, how is everything, bro? Like I know.
Man, crazy day, crazy week. My kid been fucking sick. I've been spending nights in the ER and shit, and sleepless nights. I think I said that last week. It's just, I'm trying to fucking get at least a night of sleep, normal straight through. He's finally feeling a little bit better, but outside of that, I was in Manhattan all day, and it was Manhattan, and it was all right. It wasn't bad. I heard it was fucking snowing in the Rock, which is wild. There, baby. It was nice and sunny over here, so it was popping.
Yeah, thanks for that confirmation. Yeah, it was snowing here. Sucked. I woke up this morning, saw the snow, and you know what? Today was the day that I skipped the gym. I was tired. It was cold. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm going to get some sleep, because I've just been feeling like I've been burning the candle at both ends anyway, just trying to keep up with literally everything going on. I had the same type of stuff last week. I don't know if I mentioned it last week on but Xander just randomly came home from school one day and was like, help, because he couldn't breathe and he was fucking wheezing and just like a whole thing. So we had to take him to his primary care doctor. Same, and they had to pump him full of, asthma. They treated him for asthma and it helped. But and I have no idea. We have no idea why that even happened. It was just a very random thing happened while he was at school. Couldn't breathe on the way home. And, and he was wheezing. So kids will always keep you on your toes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I know that was a wild thing. But as soon as they gave him the pump and everything, like he was much better, and he got a couple of days off of school and he was trying to milk that shit as much as possible. He's like, but I don't want to get everyone else sick. He's like, buddy, we're not, we determined that we don't think it's something that you can pass on to anybody. So, You should be good there. Oh. But on a better note, we watched Minecraft this weekend. I took the kids. It was a good time. It was fun. We could talk about that later. But so it's been a wild ride past week. Word is right.
Word.
We ain't got much more time to because we're starting a little bit later than usual. So we just gonna jump right into some question. Now, I will tell you that these questions we came up with on the fly as we were about to start this. So do not expect that we know the answers to these questions, very quickly as we normally do. But let's run with it. All right, I got a question for you. All right, you can erase one person's memory of you completely. Who is it, and what did you do to deserve it? Why would you want someone to completely forget you, Spider-Man style?
Like, not of something I did, but just forget I exist.
It says completely erase one person's memory of you. I mean, like the low hanging fruit is like you could probably like have like a one night stand or some shit that, or somebody that was
like that girl that I ran off on.
Yeah. like it could
still
be
waiting for me to come back.
It could be a graceful thing. It's be like, you know what? That memory probably would serve her better for her not to know who I am. Or it could be just like, yo, I can't stand this person. Wish I never even met him.
Yeah. Or somebody that I feel owes me some bread.
Somebody that you feel owes you bread. You want them to forget about you because you owe them bread, or because they owe you bread?
Oh no, the opposite.
Yeah, they owe you bread, or you owe them bread.
I owe them bread.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
No. The president of American Express, does that count?
Oh man.
Nah,
the records are still there, bro.
Yeah, that's facts. That's not enough.
He doesn't know you at all.
Somebody that I want to forget me. Who did I fuck around? Who fucking
No, I know there's a few people that I wish I would forget.
Right. That's a little bit more on the nose.
That would be a much better question.
I mean, I guess like you said, low hanging fruit would be like some ex that was, kind of after me for too long and just annoying.
Sure.
But nah, that shit is so long ago for me that doesn't even hit me.
My first thought was my ex, like my daughter's mother. I wish you would forget.
Yeah, after that pre-show conversation, I get you.
But then again, I wouldn't want. I mean, my daughter would still know me, but
exactly.
Yeah.
Come home and be like, "Where were you?"
Yeah, I mean that would honestly be my answer. If I could somehow have her forget literally everything about me, but but she just knows instinctively that that's her daughter's father, or I can snap my finger and have her forget about me when my daughter's at my house and now she just lives with me. Some shit like that. I don't know, whatever. But that would probably be the best. If not, it'd be if I could forget someone, it'd probably be that bitch that gave me chlamydia in high school. No, I'm just kidding.
No
No,
comment.
no, she's still a good friend. I'm just that would be my answer.
I'll go with if anyone is familiar with my escapades on Facebook and my trolling back and forth, I'm gonna go with my good buddy Sam that
Oh
loves to
yeah.
jump on all of my posts and took a lot of shit.
Oh, that
Even
dude.
though I sometimes consider it enjoyable back and forth. That's just for the exercise. But if I didn't have to worry about him, yeah, that would be a more enjoyable experience.
Worry about him like responding to your
Yeah, just I mean, I don't worry about him like fucking coming up and doing anything.
Yeah, he seems just like a middle-aged fucking Republican dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Moron, but pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like when it comes to shit like that, I'm so surprised that more people aren't like at least admitting like, oh yeah, that was shitty. That was shitty, but I'm still,
Right.
like fuck it, like I'm still ride or die for this side. Like
Yeah.
just admit like, yo, yeah, that was fucked up and I don't agree with that, but fuck it, I'm on this side anyway. So
It's rare.
they don't ever fucking really say shit like that.
Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, when it happens, those people typically get roasted online.
Oh, I believe it. Because
it's you can capture their previous statements and their current statements.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they got to double, triple down.
it's tough out there for
The name of the
Red
game,
Hatter,
baby.
I guess.
It's the name of the game. All right, man. Yeah, that was my answer. Let's see. What's the second question? We're gonna get through these. You get $5 million to never speak to your family again. Who's getting ghosted and why is it so easy? Now, what's not clear about this question is what does that mean? Like, to your family again is one thing, right? Never speak to your family again for 5 million.
Yeah,
is one thing. But then it asks who is getting ghosted and
so it's only one family
why is
member?
it? Yeah, so like, is it just like one family member? Because that could be easy.
Yeah.
Is it extended? Is it, is it like your immediate family?
Yeah, there's a couple people I could think of.
Oh, for sure. People that I don't really talk to, not necessarily because I can't stand them, but I don't fucking talk to them anyway. So yeah, I mean, you can cut them off.
For 5 mil, never talk to them again.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any of my siblings. I have aunts, uncles.
Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking cousins.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, cousins.
I got cousins that I'm just, I don't dislike them. I'm just kind of like,
yeah, I'm good.
I'm good with never having to talk to you again.
Yeah, like there's no, I have quite a few of those. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm all right. Usually, and it's now that I'm older, I'm finding out more shit from the older folks in the family, right? Specifically on like my pop's side. Like my mom's side, whatever, like they're suburban, like they're still hood-esque, but there's no drama, right? The drama is
hood adjacent.
Hood adjacent, like, you know what I mean? Like they're not exactly hood, but they live there so long they understand. Like they know. Yeah. You know what I mean? They just don't live in that life. But my dad's side of the family, there's some oddities, right? Where it's like the smart ones in the group. And then we have like the motherfuckers that just will never change, has never changed. And then you hear the fuckery shit, right? That happens with like parents' cousins and like shit like that they've done in the past because of shit that was accepted back then. At least it wasn't really accepted, but they turn a blind eye to some really fucked up shit. You know what I mean? So, so when you find shit like that, I can, Yeah.
Oh, word.
I can definitely just stop talking. And if
I
that's
mean,
allowed, it's easy.
I could just straight say, because it's been exposed already on social media. My girl's uncle, fuck that dude. I would never talk to that. You don't even gotta pay me not to talk to him again. But I will also take $5 million to never talk to him again.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Give me the.
It was a couple years ago. It was
Yeah.
social media
Okay.
posted or whatever, but not home. You know, it's some old wild ass
Yeah, some
fucking.
more wild old school shit.
I mean, it wasn't allowed back then and not allowed now. Some old, you know, like some pedo shit. You know.
Yeah.
Never.
Yep.
You don't be around me, my family, or or my kids.
Nah, I don't. Yeah.
Nieces, nephews. I'm good. I don't care how close you are.
Yep. And that's
So,
that's really what it comes down to.
Like I said, I cut them off for free. Already did.
Yeah, luckily,
you gonna pay me $5 million? Make it easier.
Right. So yeah, I'm good on all that. You know, I have some crackhead cousins and shit like that. Like, yeah,
Word.
one of those.
Yeah,
any one of those. Take your pick. Take the crazy ones. Yeah, whatever. Give me $5 million. I'll take that. Yeah. Anyway, so pick of the litter on that one.
Pick of the litter.
Let's see. All right, third question. Ooh, this is a somewhat spicier one. You find out which, of course, my brother Danny has to throw in there. Which close family member are you ghosting?
Oh, so now it's close family member.
Oh, so it was close family member. Like, what are we talking here, Danny? We talking
now? Danny wants to know.
It got to be like one of the siblings.
Trying to drive that bochinche.
Yeah, it got to be like a sibling or some shit. Nah, close family member. I probably the closest I'd go is a cousin for sure. Like a first cousin. I don't think I have a sibling that I would that.
What about 50
that
mil?
I can't stand a 50 mil. Oh, yeah. 50 mil. Let's see. Who am I picking? Because it also feels like, man, 5 mil could probably go really quick. He said,
right.
Sibling, parent, or child.
Or child.
Oh man. I see, even though I probably would pick one of my parents out of respect, I won't. Sibling, let's see. Which one doesn't interact with me as much? Yeah, I plead the fifth. Let's. He's screen recording the shit like.
Right.
Like he's screen recording the shit like, baby, you won't believe what Olive just said.
Oh
no.
Gave it up. You gave it up.
Nah, that's probably who he's assuming I would say anyway. All right, third question. You find out your partner cheated.
Ooh.
But it was your friend who smashed. Who you confronting first and why?
So you don't know who the friend is, you just know it was a friend.
You can know who the friend is, yeah. Because you gotta confront one of them. But who do you believe is more?
That's what I'm saying. So you don't know. You just confronting somebody.
No.
Without knowing.
You know exactly what friend it is. Oh. Are you confronting that friend or are you confronting your girl? I'm confronting my girl. I'm confronting my girl first. I'm cutting him off. But at the same time, even if my friend, first of all, if my friend makes moves on you and you allow it, then, and you allowed it and it got to the point where he smashed. Yes, he's at fault, but also you were supposed to hold that down. So I'm confronting her about it first. then I'll confront him, and we obviously can't be boys anymore. But I never understood fighting someone over a girl, because the girl is the one who allowed for that to happen in the first place, right? In my opinion.
And typically I understand, like I follow your logic.
Sure.
With a random dude, not fighting him, not even.
Oh, I'm faulting him too.
I mean, he may not even know she was married.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I'm faulting the friend too.
Yeah.
And I'm still probably gonna.
But I think I'm doing a lot more than just cutting him off, because that's my boy.
Yeah.
And you know what the fuck you did.
Correct.
You still went behind my back and did some shit. We getting into the fuck you said. I don't know. That shit sounds homo as hell, bro. Fisticuffs. I'm not trying to get into no fisticuffs with a dude. I don't know why that sounds. No. We fighting, man. We throwing punches.
Not for sure.
Or worse.
It says where you approach.
But who am I going after first?
Yeah.
Like I find out third party, or I find out like on a phone, or somebody's iMessage blows on the wrong device.
Sure.
That's how usually people get caught. I feel like everybody I know that got caught because of fucking iMessage. They was texting the wrong person, and the messages was popping up on their laptop or some shit that was shared, like a dumbass. I think my partner's my partner. Like I gotta go after her first. Because we supposed to be, together forever.
And then after.
But then right after that dude's getting dragged on the fucking back of the car.
I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm smashing her phone so that she doesn't text him while I'm on the way, because I am. Man,
I'm cutting the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm breaking. I'm breaking the phone. I'm not hurting her. I'm slamming the shit out that phone though. You ain't about to text this man and let him know that I know.
I'm just taking the phone with me.
Why? For what? For what?
So she don't use it.
There's no dramatic effect with that, Johnny. You smashed the phone against the wall to let them know that you're upset.
Yeah,
and that's it.
And then that's it. That's the whole.
Yeah, and then I'm driving to his house, and I'm a knock on the door like I always do. Yo, you home? Yeah, bro. What's blah blah blah? Yo, meet me outside. Bet. Second,
meet me outside.
Yo, just hitting the motherfucker. That's it. Then we scrapping.
Yeah, that's some shit. Now I'm mad. I'm mad at some like hypothetical fucking bullshit.
Oh man, that's some wild.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to approach her first about it, because realistically, right? If
I was about to be like, "Fuck you, Swerve."
Realistically, though, if your girl is cheating on you with anybody, really.
Yeah,
I never understood going to the guy. I mean, yes, you go to the guy, but I'm addressing my girl first, because it doesn't matter. It really does not matter who it is. If she doesn't entertain it, then it would never have transpired, right? And if it's my boy and she doesn't entertain it, and she comes to me and say, "Hey, I just want you to know such and such reached out to me, said X, Y, and Z, and I need you to know that happened," right? Then it's like, all right, well, let me go handle him real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the cut off, the fight, whatever we got to do, I'm going to go handle that. But if he makes a move on her and she entertains it, and now they fucking
down. Yeah.
Then, all right, well, it never would have happened if you didn't entertain that. So I talked to her about that first. And then she's giving my walking papers. Papers. Yeah, whatever. All right, cool. We done with questions?
I believe so, unless you
All
want
right.
to tackle the Dave's question.
Oh man, that is I'll leave that. I'll drop it out for the listeners, and
That's
I'll
gonna
see
be
who
an IG
responds.
question.
No. I'm gonna to the listeners on it right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop that in. So Dave dropped a question that we don't quite get, but it's kind of funny. It says, if 1/3 of all vaginas on Earth were suddenly filled with cement, and you were tasked with dealing with the subject on a children's show, how would you go about it? If y'all got an answer for that, please drop it in the comments, and we will and we will happily continue on with that conversation. But until then, let's jump into some Hollywood. Actually, before I hit the button a little too soon, just because this I found this to be fucking very interesting, and it kind of has to deal with Hollywood because that's the first time that I actually heard about this. But did you hear about that? Scientists have brought back the dire wolves for the first time.
I did,
like
yeah.
10,000 years.
Yeah, there's some rich ass billionaire in Texas who has been putting money towards this for some while, and I don't know what is a dire wolf like the Game of Thrones, like is it the same shit as the Game of Thrones dire wolf?
It was made popular by Game of Thrones, and
that was a real thing.
But apparently it was a real thing over 10,000 years ago.
It's like a saber-toothed tiger type shit.
Kind of. Yeah, when I try to research the difference, it's just like it's a bigger wolf. Just
we
like
don't need bigger wolves. I don't know if people know how big wolves are, but they're fucking big already.
Yeah,
and we don't need bigger wolves.
It's bigger. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be the death of ourselves. If it's not nuclear bombs, it's stupid shit like bringing back freaking extinct animals that are extinct for a reason. Like, yeah, is it cool to see a dire wolf? Maybe once. It's unfair to the animal.
Yeah.
And the problem is people are gonna bring back some shit that they shouldn't, that then they can't control, and then fucking mates in the wild or self-replicates like Jurassic Park, and then there's no control in this fucking Jurassic World, and we're fucked. Like, no, I'm good. Like, it's good. Like, we don't need these things. I'm happy with reading about them in books or on the internet.
Here, I'm just gonna share this. Let's see if I can. So there's a to the right here, there's a little diorama of the size of a dire wolf.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is right here.
Unnecessary.
Look at that shit. In comparison to a gray wolf, right? A gray wolf is a little bit bigger than a husky, and a dire wolf looks significantly bigger than a gray wolf.
Now, I feel like there's like a dog that's the size of like in between a gray wolf and a dire wolf. Isn't there like some like wild ass dog that's similar to a dire wolf?
Sure. I'm sure there is. However,
but it's still a dog and not a wolf.
Yeah. Like a dog, the difference between a wolf and a dog is realistically the wolf still runs off of its natural instincts, right? It's gonna hunt, it's gonna fucking stalk you, it runs in packs, it will eat you, and it will take down some big ass shit in a pack. Now, who thought, whoa, there's there was a version of this, thousands of years ago, there was a version of this that was way bigger.
Yeah.
And we need to bring that back. Why? What the fuck? What is our as humanity? Like, is it because he saw Game of Thrones and because dire wolf was a thing?
I
like,
started reading the article on what drove him to this, and I got lost around the woolly mammoth shit, and I was like, I'm good.
That's another thing. They've been wanting to bring back the woolly mammoth.
For what? So it can die?
Trying to bring that animal back.
Like, wouldn't it die? Like, the woolly mammoth was woolly because it was during the Ice Age, right? Like, that's my understanding. Like, that's why it's got so much fucking hairs to protect itself.
Probably.
Like, wouldn't the woolly mammoth die of suffocation under this hot ass world that it finds itself in? I mean, I'm assuming in order to, from a scientific nerdy perspective, the way that they do this is they have to act. It's not a full. It's like the dire wolf that they've brought back is not an actual dire wolf. It is a part dire wolf, part dog, because a dog had to give birth to it, and they used a dog to so it's like got combined DNA, but if they really wanted to, they would do breeding with it, right? And just then create another dire wolf and have them breed with each other and breed again and make sure they're not brothers and sisters and creating a bunch of R-word dire wolves. But then you got purebred dire wolves or whatever. Not the case. So yeah, the woolly mammoth I assume would probably survive because it would have to be born of a current elephant that lives in Africa and can survive the hot ass weather, or Southeast China.
Sure.
Either way, Southeast Asia. Either way, yeah, it's terrible ideas, all of it. Because again, they're gonna eventually create some bullshit, and it's going to run amok.
Let me tell you, I think the reason
plot of every scientific horror movie.
Yeah, I think the reason why they would want to bring back a woolly mammoth is because humanity is way too pussy to bring back a dinosaur. Can you imagine though? Like a true dinosaur.
I think they will absolutely do it in our lifetime.
Like a raptor.
Nothing. I don't think we would see like giant dinosaurs. I don't even know how they would do that. To be fair, but I think little small dinosaurs. I think stupidly somebody might create like not a megalodon, but like one of those like dinosaur sharks or dinosaur crocs or something.
That would be the worst.
To destroy the fucking he said, I ain't puss, bring back T-Rex.
That motherfucker better be small.
Yeah, baby T-Rex, if they was a way for them to like miniaturize T-Rexes to be like little lizards.
Yeah.
And all you had to feed it was mice, the way you feed lizards, and that you know that it's not going to break out of the arborarium or wherever the fuck you put it in. Arborarium, I don't think that's the right word. You know what I mean. That shit I'm down with. Maybe I'm still sus on it, but it might be kind of cool to see a little T-Rex walking across your fucking your desk. And
you think we'll get a real life
but a full size motherfucking Jurassic Park, man, not in my lifetime.
Do you know that there are some really stupid?
I plan to live 123 years, so.
You know that there are some really stupid people out there that see this on screen and want to recreate this. It's literally has been happening forever.
People want stupid things because people are really dumb.
People are really dumb. I just want to know like what the true reasoning would be
Power.
for
The reason is power.
playing
I'm
God
convinced. Because I can.
because
I
I
want to. Because
Oh.
it's capable to do right now.
They'll
I
watch
believe
your
the
movie.
dude that did this direwolf thing, he had like, I don't know, 65 patents or some shit like that on using the CRISPR technology for gene editing shit. So he's been involved in this gene editing CRISPR stuff for a while. And he's like, I think he's some comment which fucking made me like gag and like wonder what the fuck is wrong with him at the same time. The comment that he said, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of like he had started and sold like 3 or 4 businesses. That's what made him a billionaire.
Sure.
They were all based on gene editing, CRISPR technology. And my guy said that he felt like he hadn't created anything that would have a lasting impression on the world. So his move is to fucking create a direwolf, bring back an extinct animal. No. And yes, Leo, pause the fuck on that. I want full size shit.
Yeah, I mean, he wants it all. Yeah, he wants it. He wants every inch of that.
He wants the full T-Rex.
Yeah. My man eats his Snickers upside down so he can feel the pain on his tongue.
Oh,
I'm just fucking with you. I only say that because it's just some funny ass shit to say. I heard it one time. It was like, who thinks of that shit?
That's
no.
why.
Yeah, as well. He said, "Wait, hear me out." Let me see. It's just insane that like it's cool that you have that thought, right? That like I want to bring back something that's extinct. I don't see the flaw in that logic. However, why does it have to be something dangerous? Like bring back the dodo bird.
Point, yeah.
Bring back the dodo bird. Anything else like that is just, you know, a harmless thing, or at least that we perceive to be fucking harmless.
That's what I'm saying. People gonna bring back some like.
No, they're gonna bring back a 7-foot fucking in length.
Bring back pterodactyls.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly that. I've heard
like,
of.
Why would you want that?
That motherfucker get loose, you ain't catching that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. I've thought about that shit, like just randomly walking, how we're used to just walking places. Can you imagine if this this thing starts flying towards you? Just being in awe of something with wings, like gigantic thing with wings, flying in the air big enough that we could fucking see it.
Yeah.
And then it just scoops somebody the fuck up, like right in front of you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember like as a kid not thinking that pterodactyls were that big, like just thinking they were like bird dinosaurs. Maybe like eagle size, maybe a little bit bigger than eagles. Like they're dinosaurs, right? So they got to be bigger than eagles, right? Or vultures or whatever's like the widest wingspan that we currently have around right now. And then when you start watching
three times that shit,
you start watching the movies and they really put that shit in perspective. They're like, yeah, like 3, 4, 5 times the size of what I've been thinking. Yeah, that shit is scary as fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But at this point in my life, again, I mean, I've said it before. I've seen so much shit in my lifetime that literally I can see a pterodactyl just rip somebody right off the ground and into the air, and I just be like,
oh fuck, I need to run faster to work.
Yeah, no, it's just like, fuck, man. All right. Yo, baby, we got to be careful with pterodactyls now. Like, You know, it's just like, what else are we dealing with?
Babe, you got your pterodactyl spray on you?
Something. Jesus. What are yeah. That would be the next thing we try to come up with. Some
Right.
shit that would keep them the fuck away. Anyway, let's get into some actual Hollywood.
Vapoo.
Let's
We
see.
get Vapoo Ray. Vapoo
Some
spray.
vaporize, yeah, some vaporize.
Vaporize.
Yeah. Something like that. Or
For the pterodactyls.
the shark repellent from Batman, the OG Batman.
Yeah.
You remember that bullshit? So stupid. All right. So so John Boyega actually has called out some racism within Star Wars, and let me tell you,
Again?
he's not wrong.
Oh.
No, it was as of recent. He's opened up about just
About even
his
more.
experience. Yeah, his experience, obviously, like the fan base and all that stuff. But his actual questions, he said, "Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being the most whitest elite space. Excuse me. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something." So pretty much he and I'll paraphrase the next one. He says they're okay with us playing the best friend, but once you touch a hero, once they're the lead, and once you try to trailblaze, it's like, oh, that's way too much. Now you're pandering. And I think the whole pandering thing, I think, is more of a criticism of Disney, right? The second that Disney purchased Star Wars, they were already labeled as something. You know what I mean? But then again, he's not wrong. There hasn't been crazy amounts of diversity. I think they've been trying to change that as of late, and I think that's the problem with Disney overall, right? Disney as a company has been known for, a lot of racist shit in the past, right? That they're trying to get past, overcome, and they've fallen into this narrative,
overshooting it.
Yeah, that where they're now they're kind of just doing it too much.
Yeah.
Right? Where everything has to have diversity. Everything has to have a random like trans character or some sort of sexual ambiguity. And if it's not that, then it has to be a female, like, and all of that is okay. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with any of that. But I think where they drop the ball is the main focus for a lot of the shit that they're doing nowadays. Like, stop putting so much emphasis and focus on that shit and just write a good script. Like, just put together a good story that it's not so in your face about any one of those things. And I'm not speaking of, like, I don't think the Little Mermaid was that situation. I think it was just, a Black Ariel. People really, for whatever reason, because it's different from the cartoon, they want to argue that too. But we're also just in a time where people are not happy with literally anything. So I don't know where it falls within there. I just understand Disney's stance when they used to come out with cartoons that had, the old school, dark person with the big red lips, and you know what I mean? Like obviously racist. The crows in a cartoon having speaking ethnically and shit like that. Like, they're trying to get past all of that and be more diverse. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think there's stuff that there's old shit in their past that they at some point decided they wanted to make amends for. But yeah, I think they sometimes they do overshoot the mark. I think excuse me. I think from I don't know, my I don't want to say non-diverse because I'm brown, but outside of that, like, I'm just a regular straight dude, right? So
Sure.
like I won't say that I felt very like excluded in previous Disney shit, and now their shit is they want everyone to feel included, and that's not bad, right? Like if that's just your goal for everyone to feel included, how can you do that without also making I mean, there's always going to be some uncomfortability, right? Like, for instance, like you said with the Little Mermaid shit.
Sure.
I don't think that I mean, maybe they did, but I don't know that they went out specifically and said, we will hire an actor that's not white and red-haired for this role.
Sure.
Maybe they said that. I don't know.
No,
maybe but for my instinct, I think that they said we're gonna find the best person, even if they're not white and red-haired for this role.
correct.
And homie that played the role was fire. Like she did a good job. She's not the greatest actor, and had to deal with the fucking storyline. And that is what it is. But outside of that, like, she played it well.
She did,
decently.
yeah. And
her vocals was
they
fire.
came out and said that was the reason why.
Vocals were fire.
Yeah, like that. Ultimately, that was the reason why
Now, Snow White
was her.
That's a little bit of a different story. Again, I don't think that they chose Rachel Zegler because she was Latina. Because, to be honest, how many people look at Rachel Zegler and immediately assume she's Latina? I think that they chose her because she's popular and she can sing. However, there's all the other things that they did in the Snow White universe, more specifically around changing the storyline of the prince, removing the dwarves, bringing back the dwarves, changing them to CGI. Having these, 7 thieves characters that make no sense in the whole movie and serve no purpose. There was a lot of playing around there that I think was more about ensuring that they were meeting some sort of quota or demand,
Sure.
which is and those are where I'm like not in favor of. Falling back to the original thing that we were talking about here was John Boyega and Star Wars. I feel like he's talked about this a bit now, and it's starting to be like a thing for him.
Sure.
Because Diego Luna is like a major fucking character in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac is, I mean, he's not the main character, but Diego Luna is the main character in his fucking storyline.
Yeah, I think he's just jaded by the amount of people.
Jaded about what happened. The fan base fucked him, and his character didn't become like a major role. He kind of got a little diminished in that third movie. He started to rise a little bit in the second movie. People hated the fucking second movie so much, and there was the beef around that other actor, the Asian girl who was getting like super hated on. That was also in part 2.
Oh,
that she first debuted.
Sure.
So his role increased. Her role was pretty prominent. And people were talking mad shit. And so Disney kind of pared them back a little bit. And I think that's where he really got jaded, and got pissed off and started talking about how shitty Star Wars is and racist it is. Which, again, that's how they started out.
Sure.
Because that's how Hollywood just was back in the 70s. But like you said, I think they made an effort.
I think Disney in general, right? Because it's and we don't necessarily, it's hard to put that on on Disney because Marvel has, a pretty diverse cast, right? But they're still going to hit those roadblocks when it comes to changing whatever the dynamic is from
Marvel has a diverse cast because Marvel has always been diverse.
Correct. Yeah, and that's where I was getting at. Like they get a lot of criticism when it comes to like changing certain people. But like you said, they've been diverse, but kind of not really. And that's usually the argument when I feel like I want to argue, whether they change a certain whether they change the I'm trying to find the right way to say it. When they change the ethnicity of a certain character, right, or something like that, and they attack it in that way, it has to make sense. Like people didn't really have a problem. At least I don't remember people having a problem with Samuel L. Jackson taking over the role of Nick Fury when Nick Fury in the comic books was a white man, right?
I feel like they had changed him already to a black dude in the comics before Sam Jackson took the role.
I cannot confirm that. I know that after Sam Jackson took the role, they then added the Sam Jackson version to some of the comics. And kind of
I do know that there was like a Sam Jackson very looking like Sam Jackson version of Nick Fury post Iron Man. But I feel like before he took that role on, there was a Nick Fury that was Ultimate Universe Nick Fury is based off of Sam. Yeah. So that was post Sam.
Sure.
I feel like before that, there was like Nick Fury wasn't only white, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, casual nerd.
Yeah. Like there could be some ambiguity there, but I don't know. I know a lot more of the criticisms, like even today.
I don't know that anyone was super mad about that.
No, and then that's my point.
At least about Sam.
That's the one that I didn't really see a lot about. But then again, that was a long time ago, right? The internet wasn't as volatile as it is right now when it comes to shit like that, right? Everyone feels like they have they should have an opinion. It's super popular now to literally hate every fucking thing that comes out. Like people were trying to hate on the Minecraft movie. People are still actively hating on the Minecraft movie, and now that it's released and it's better than a lot of people anticipated, or it actually made sense for, a kid's movie, that people are fighting it back. Like, and that's, again, that's where it comes down to, like, if you release a good quality piece of work. Minecraft? Yeah, I did. I thought
as a dad or just as a movie?
As a dad, as a movie, I understood it. I understood what they were going for, and it made a lot of sense for.
Did you need to understand Minecraft?
I think it added to it, but not necessarily. Mm-hmm. My kids were just seeing the excitement in their on their faces. Yeah. The excitement heading in there, and my daughter talking, speaking with my son, and them saying, "Oh, I hope I get to see chicken jockey," and they're like, "Well, the chicken was in the trailer, so they gotta have the chicken jockey," and and I can't wait, and then yeah, exactly. And then when they started showing the villagers, like these are all characters that they know, and I have no fucking clue who they are, and they're just like, "Oh my god," So seeing their excitement let me know that
from
they
the dad
did.
Perspective. That's the
dad perspective. like it let me know that they did what they were supposed to do, right? They understood the assignment, and they fucking did it. And then, but as as an adult who doesn't know anything about Minecraft, right, and watching this movie for the first time, it was funny. Maybe it's because I love movies and I understood. I understand movies more than your average person, but like I said in the review that I released for it, right? It just told me it's a slapstick comedy made for kids, right? And mad people are excited about The Naked Gun being remade with Liam Neeson, right? And then they're actively shitting on fucking Minecraft because the one scene that they were like picking apart was fucking Jack Black, running around like a fucking dog catching a frisbee in his mouth. It's like, but when you watch the movie, it makes sense, right? Yeah. It all is over the top. It's not meant to be taken seriously. He's joking about like how this is awesome because it's not like the real life that he was in. You know what I mean? Like he was like, I grew up and I got a job, and then the mines called me again. So I understood it, and the jokes were just very cheesy, very funny in that sense. But anyway, I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was good, and it definitely deserves all the attention it's getting. Kids are obviously loving it, and that again, that brings me right back to my point with Star Wars. I know we're jumping all over the place, but fuck it, we don't have crazy amount of fucking news to report. But that brings me back to my thing with Star Wars, right? If Star Wars were to, let's say with that trilogy, right? Because that trilogy put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. If they had a concise plan, right, for the trilogy, and they stuck to that plan, then I don't think that they'd be in as bad of a spot with fans as they would assume to be, right? Or that they currently are in. The problem is they had a plan. The first movie was received a certain way, and because of that response, they were like, oh, the second movie, we need to change this and they made it, they really ruined it by doing that. I've heard a number of people saying, you know what, the Star Wars trilogy isn't even that bad. It's just a bad trilogy. You know what I mean? Like individually, like they're not bad movies. It's just coherently, all three movies together sucked.
Right.
So in the end, if they had a plan, right, and their plan is to be diverse or to introduce these types of characters, if that was the plan, then fucking just execute that plan and make sure that script is solid. By jumping around and listening to the studio heads and and wanting to see like what works, what doesn't work. Oh, let's change this on the fly. That's where they mess up, and they do that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's with Star Wars. That's with all of really like any of these big franchises that you're not supposed to cater to the audience. You're supposed to, at least to a certain degree, right? You're supposed to develop a film that, first of all, trust in the director, trust in the writer, trust in their communication with each other, and the story that they're, make sure that they're aligned in the story that they're trying to deliver. And at the end of the day, like, follow their passion. Don't follow the passion of the fucking fans that are just, because the fans are yelling every fucking thing under the sun that they fucking want. And they don't know shit. You're listening to the opinion of people who wouldn't be able to put together a movie to save their lives, right? They're just screaming into the ether on what they would like, but that shit makes no sense. You are the professionals. Let the professionals do what the fuck they're going to do. Trust your writers, trust your directors, trust your actors, have a vision. Let them do their thing. Anyway.
Let them cook.
Yeah. Let them cook. But a lot of these studios, I think they're just, they don't want to take enough risks They just want to go into what what works supposedly for the audience. And honestly, I have it written down here as a random general question, but this is a good segue into that. Is like, do studios take enough risks? Like, should they take more risks? Because honestly, though, if you take a look at what's going on right now, the major studios are putting all of their eggs into franchise baskets. They're trying to just find a franchise. If it's not already an IP that's already been fucking beaten to death, that they're trying to revive again. They are trying to take one plan and then turn it into a franchise.
I mean, I think the bigger older studios are doing that. I think you got the A24s that are taking the risks. I think, not to keep on pushing it, but I think Apple's taking risks.
Yeah.
Not always swings and I mean, sometimes swings and misses, at least on the Apple front. Their films haven't done as great as their TV shows, but I think that's part of, like you said, taking the risk and not just going for. They haven't gone for any big franchise shits that I've seen on the film side. But A24 doesn't really have it. I don't think A24 has any big franchises.
No, and that's my point, right? It's like, I'm talking about the big studios.
The big studios are gonna do what big studios do. Like, that's what they can't take risks.
Yes,
some of them are publicly traded. You know what I mean? Like, they have to. That's why they have, like, like Disney has Searchlight Pictures. This small ass fucking subsection studio that can make documentaries and these low budget films that might turn out to be something good, or probably will turn out to break even. I think that's the way the big studios are able to do it, is by not releasing shit under their major imprint. Is that not? I mean, that's not taking a risk, right? That's literally offing the risk to a different brand. Should they should they release one of these movies under the the major 20th century, let's say? Because it's not going to come out under Disney.
Here's the reason why I asked that question, right? Is because, again, like you mentioned A24, but A24, Neon, like these indie film studios, they're taking all of the risks, right? And they're knocking it out of the park, right? They have this they're building everything on the fact that they take risks. So if let's say they did have that that idea, right? A big studio like what, MGM maybe, MGM, any of the big studios where they take more of these risks and produce these very high end versions of these movies that normally would land on an A24, and they make it with such a small budget, and it gains such a big following and people love it, and and we just get more of that. Wouldn't you think that there's some sort of allure to that in their eyes? Or is it literally just the fact that we want to make sure that we get 500 million behind
after watching the studio first 3-4 episodes?
That's true.
No, all they want is
that money,
cash.
man. Yeah,
that's the only thing that matters,
and that's sad, man. That sucks.
Yeah. The Searchlight did Poor Things while it was under ownership of Disney. That was a risky move, a risky film rather. But again, Searchlight is the risky brand that Disney throws, or not even just Disney, right? Previously owned by Fox.
Sure.
R.I.P. Ron Howard's cousin. Yes.
Yeah. R.I.P.
And don't ever fucking cross him again.
Yeah. Watch the studio. We highly recommend it.
Highly recommend the studio. Yeah, so that's, you know, they Fox pushed shit under Searchlight. Disney pushes shit under Searchlight. That is, you know, to like think about this movie, The Poor Things. That what Disney brand could release that movie?
Yeah,
It would have to be one
saying.
of the Fox brands. It's just not going to ever come out under a Disney studio.
Sure.
Or, you know, obviously not under Marvel or Star Wars or Lucasfilm. Or
I've never seen Poor Things. Is it a good movie?
I didn't watch it. I've seen a lot of breakdowns and reviews and other shits about it. It's not a Disney movie.
No. So here's the thing, like that
But it
like,
won mad awards.
Sure.
So, you know, Bob Iger still wins for placing that risky bet.
I guess. I guess I see what you mean. Like if you're gonna place a risky bet on
the
these
bet by putting it on a smaller studio.
On a smaller studio that's still funded by you, but doesn't necessarily fall at your feet, right? Like you could easily say, hey, this was, if it does well, it's like, yeah, that's us. But if it doesn't, it's like, oh yeah, we had nothing to do with that. It's very easy to just pass the blame, I guess. And that makes more sense. It makes a little bit more sense to me. But I don't know. I think nowadays, especially, like obviously there's still something to be said about these fucking franchises, because why are they still talking about another fucking Fast and the Furious movie? No clue. It makes
money.
Yeah, it makes but that's what's mind-boggling to me, right? It's baffling that these movies are still making money. But you know, there are those people that are just,
tell people to
I don't
stop
care
shopping.
about words. I just want nonstop action, and that's the people that it caters to. So I just wish the bigger studios would take more and more risks when it comes to that. But I digress. Let's see. What else do I have here? This was interesting news. I guess Rob Pattinson is Rob Pattinson. Oh, wait, what? Rob Pattinson is eyed for a villain role in Dune Messiah. Let me see. You wanna take a break or something?
Let me at least pause. I gotta do some shit.
All right. Well, guys, this is a interesting time where we have to pause. But y'all let me know if y'all let me see. Let me see what I could do. God damn it. I don't have the things here. Let me see. Johnny had to take a quick break because we're family men. We got to do what we got to do. Let me see. Bear with me. I haven't seen this shit, so we're gonna watch this shit together. Oh, I hate this shit. Yo, I really gotta pay for YouTube. What's the shit called? Premium. All right. I haven't seen this shit, so we're gonna watch this shit together. Let's see. Let me bring it up. I haven't seen the Mission Impossible trailer, so let's watch this shit together.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
He gassed a security briefing.
I'm not gonna lie. Still to this day, I kind of want to hate on Tom Cruise and like any movie that he makes, but these Mission Impossible movies are fire. Every single one of them. Doesn't matter what he puts out. At this point, I think he could shit on a canvas, and I'll probably attend the gallery because that's he's like whatever. Let's see.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Did this motherfucker enter the Matrix? Is he now entering the Matrix or some shit? What was that? Like, what did they do? This is it. I think this is like the last in the Mission Impossible series, so they're not exactly turning into. Anyway, in Tom we trust, I guess.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier? Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
God damn it, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. He entered, yeah, Milchick. That I was trying to think of the man's name, but Milchick entered the chat. They threw him into the whole mix. God damn it, man. I really do, man. I like Tom Cruise. I like him a lot. He's I've wanted to hate him for so many years. I've wanted to hate on him for so many years. I will openly say that. And he does nothing but fucking deliver. Just deliver on these movies. What was it? The Something Tomorrow. It's one of my favorite movies. Let's see. All right, this is another trailer I wanted to get. So let's see. My man Tom Hardy has been killing it. Edge of Tomorrow. Thank you, bro. Edge of Tomorrow is one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. That made me realize, like, I just need to trust in Tom. Tom Hardy he's Venom aside, because I'm not a huge fan of the Venom movies. He's still actively one of the actors that if he's in a movie, I'm going to give it a chance. He's just been killing it. If you haven't seen Mobland on what was it? Amazon Prime, Mobland is dope. It's such a good show. It's starring him and let me bring up the cast here. It's him and Pierce Brosnan. I want to say is it Guy Ritchie produced anyway. It's very dope. Very, very, very good. I highly recommend it. It's something that I am personally fucking with. But because Tom Hardy is one of those type of individuals for me, is another trailer that I've slept on in the past couple of days. Let's see. I guess this is his new movie coming out on Netflix called Havoc. Let's see what that's playing with.
What you got for me? Oh.
You got footage of our suspect. Do you know him?
My son is not a killer.
This kid is public enemy number 1. Your son just started a gang war. They just want to shoot him dead. That's the end of his story.
I make one phone call. You go down for life. Get him back.
I'm gonna get you out.
It ain't up for discussion.
There are people out there looking for you.
You're not gonna get out of this city alive without my help.
Oh, this looks crazy. It looks action-packed. I love it. It looks good.
Don't forget, I know what you did.
You have no idea what I did.
They were trying to escape. Kill them all.
Looks like you got chewed up pretty bad, Jake.
Well, it's kind of hard to dodge a fucking washing machine.
That looks fire. That looks fire. And I have my reservations on straight to Netflix movies because I feel that's the latest. That's the latest B movies. I mean, I know we grew up with certain B movies back in the day, but I feel like straight to streaming movies just aren't as good as theater releases. But that looks amazing. I might as well get into just certain things that I'm fucking with because my man is he has to tend to family, and that's cool. Let's see. Let's see. The back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Oh, I get that reference, bro. That means you old, bro. Let's see. So I don't know if I should get into the story without Quest since there's no dialogue. It's just gonna be me talking about fucking what this means, but I hate my gums because they black. Whoopi Goldberg's lips. Yo, wow. Oh shit, my man came back. You Gucci, you just want to do what we fucking with and wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool. Currently, obviously, we're really fucking with the studio, all caught up. We've been fucking with it. Johnny went in depth on it last week, but I can't express that any more than we have already. A new one to the list. Did I mention Mobland? I'm all caught up. 2 episodes of Mobland starring Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and what's the? I always forget her name.
Blanchett? No.
No.
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. I was gonna say the one Dave wanted to smash. He always mentioned her. Very, very good show. 2 episodes in. Mobster type shit. Pierce Brosnan being the boss of the family is I love to see it. Tom Hardy is the muscle, and he's just trying to get through his days and trying to sort shit out. And I love to see that shit. And it's like younger generation is fucking up and creating rifts within the mob families. So it's very good. I'm really enjoying that. Another one that I started with Wifey that was actually pretty good. I enjoy it. If you like shows kind of like Supernatural, but not as what's it called? I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but The Bondsman on because Supernatural has that like a certain level of cheesiness, right? Where they at one point it's very CW, very CW. You know what I mean?
I believe it is.
It is CW.
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But you know exactly what I mean when
CW.
I say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say CW. Like there's a certain level of quality.
So The Bondsman is CW?
No, it's above that. It's above that, but the subject matter kind of gives me it's a little bit of the CW-esque.
TNT?
Yeah, maybe.
USA Network.
Nah, it's actually pretty good. All the episodes released at once. It's starring Kevin Bacon, and the storyline is pretty much he's killed right away, and that's the whole premise of it. The first episode, first couple of minutes, he's murked, and then he gets revived by the devil and recruited to kill some demons that are whatever. So that's where I say that's where that's where that is. Like, you know what I mean? A little Spanish, but it's still a good time. It's still, if you like shit like that. We ran through all of it. Very 30-minute episodes.
Okay.
Family shit and stuff.
Where is this displayed?
Amazon Prime.
Primo. Okay.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah. It does track.
I feel like that's about online with most of Prime's content. Obviously not all of it, because there's some shit we fuck with.
Sure.
But a lot of Prime content is like CW level.
Yeah. No, and some of it is just like, oh, get the fuck out of here. But I really did like that one. That was pretty good. We banged through all of that. Again, 30-minute episodes, so we like probably watched like at least 2 episodes a night, because that's my girl's jam. That type shit is what she lives for, so we can easily bang through that shit. And I already know I got the notification that Handmaid's Tale dropped today, the new season. So I haven't seen it yet, but I already know I'm gonna be fucking with it. So stay tuned for me to say why.
I'm very far behind.
I'm all caught up. I've been waiting too long for this last season.
Yeah, I definitely did not watch. I started and then just gave up on the most recent season prior to this one, so
it's all good.
Catch back up on that. It's not that I'm not that far behind. Like 8 episodes or some shit.
The further behind, like the further you push that out, that just means that more episodes will release, and then you can just binge the 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no time for binging, but we can just watch at our pleasure.
At your leisure.
At our leisure. I think Handmaid's Tale has fallen off the zeitgeist enough that I won't be spoiled on anything.
Absolutely.
Let's see what I've been fucking with. Obviously the studio. Outside of the studio, wrapped up Mythic Quest, which enjoyed this last season, or this most recent season. I'm pretty sure it's not the last season. Netflix. It's old, but I've been watching Gangs of London.
Okay.
And trying to just bust through that before I get to Mobland.
Didn't you tell me that didn't you recommend that to me like years ago?
Probably. I know I started it a while ago and I never fucking was able to get back to it. So I'm on that wave right now.
Okay.
Trying to get through that. And then not a series, but something that I really enjoyed in a different way that I expected to was the Andrew Schultz special Life.
Okay.
On Netflix. If you haven't caught that one, different perspective of Andrew Schultz, I would say. Like
in what way?
The entire it's not really a spoiler, I would say, but it was like I kept thinking that it would end and he would switch the subject, like typical comedians do in their stand-up, but pretty much the entire premise of the whole stand-up set was about his and his wife's fertility journey. And for what they went through, the fact that he had a baby, what they went through to have that baby, and the whole process, which I enjoyed because it's very similar to my process with my daughter, my firstborn, where they had to go through IVF, and eventually they made their way. They tried to have a baby a fashion way, then IUI, and then IVF, and then et cetera, and then challenges with the IVF and all the emotions. So it was, like I said, a different perspective of Andrew Schultz. Still funny, still raunchy, but also at times kind of emotional.
Sure.
And not something that you typically see out of him. So I fucked with it. Like I said, it wasn't what I expected turning it on, especially because like the teaser that they show on Netflix, like, when you pass by
you
cover
like
art and they play like the preview or whatever.
Sure.
It actually, which is also was jarring because I've seen that teaser multiple times and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this fucking special. When you press play, it literally plays that teaser. Like it starts right there.
Yeah.
And it's a joke about like Chicago soccer teams or sports teams being named after fire, and New York teams, like why would they name it after a tragedy, etc. It has nothing to do with the rest of the show, but it literally starts exactly there. He runs this joke, you laugh, and then the title sequence comes through, and then he starts, and then it goes to like the beginning of the set, which is him talking about how his daughter was born, and then he goes to this whole journey. And then it's like, I kept thinking like, but where the fuck did he say this like New York joke shit from? Was that like pre-show? Was that from like an extra show? Like, you know how they typically record 2-3 specials before they cut it together to make the actual special. So anyways, long story longer, I fucked with that. It was pretty good. So if you fuck with Andrew Schultz in any way, you'd probably enjoy it. And if you fuck with him, on just or if not with him specifically, but just with like the comedy and that journey or whatever, that was pretty dope.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to give that a shot then. I haven't really been on a lot of comedians and shit like that as of late, because everything just kind of seems to go into that political route. So maybe
I honestly, because last week I needed a pick me up because again, this shit with my kids has just been
a week, a
long fucking 3, almost 4 weeks now. Last week I needed a fucking pick me up, so we watched the we said his name before. I'm gonna murder it. I know Donald corrected us. I think it's Nate Bargatze. Bargatze, yeah. We watched his most recent special, and that was funnier than I expected.
Nice.
And so we were like, that was cool. That was a good like little pick me up. So then this time I was like kind of going for the same vibe. I need to pick me up and some funny shit. And I was like, but I know, I'm a little nervous because I know how
Schultz
gets. And now with the latest political climate, he might be on some different vibes. And I don't know, he might throw in at least one or two. And then especially after this fucking last week where, oh God, I don't even want to talk about it, but the market's been shitty. Yeah, I just didn't want to hear that side of anyone's opinion.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous pressing play, and thankfully he, I don't think, brought up a single political thing the whole time. Maybe a couple like
small things.
Yeah, like
it's hard to,
or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's hard to completely stay away from that shit.
But nothing
right,
very
cool.
red hatty.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't think he's a Republican. I think he just
he's I don't think he is at all.
Yeah,
I think he just
he does like to push that shit. That's why. All right. Well, you if you ain't got nothing else that's on your heart that really needs to get out there.
No, sir.
All right, cool. Then let me play some. Guys, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you are listening to this. We appreciate your support. Thank you for tuning in on Twitch and giving us some ammunition within the comment section. You can also tune in on YouTube. And give us some comments and stuff from there as well. So however you want to consume the podcast, we greatly appreciate it. Go to insensitivemerch.com and cop some gear. Hopefully pretty soon we will have some brand new designs to throw in there. And I'm hyped for that too. I think remember everything should be all casual nerds. Hopefully next week we'll have a new intro. We'll have new everything. But thank you for bearing with us. And while we make this transition without Dave, of course there's gonna be, because we've been through this so many times. It's, we're always going to deal with ambiguity. So there's going to be no shortage of that. But guys, thank you again. We'll catch you next week. We love you. Peace.
Appreciate that, Leo.
Thank you, brother.